Evening. I would like to call to order the school board meeting of February 23rd, 2021. This evening, our invocation and pledge will be led by Member Calderon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As we all know, February is the shortest month of the year, but there's a lot of special days in February, like National Random Acts of Kindness Day, Valentine's Day, President's Day, Groundhog Day, International Day of Women and Girls in Science, Chinese New Year, International Childhood Cancer Day. But most importantly, it's a month to be celebrated for Black History Month. We do that in the country, and we especially do it in our schools. I know as we've been walking through the schools, we've seen our students celebrate in so many ways. So I thought it was appropriate today that I share two quotes that I have had hanging in my office for years by two special men. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And Martin Luther King said, "The function of education is to teach intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." So it is my hope tonight that we use our intelligence and show our character and go forth and do what's right for our children. If you'd all please rise and join me in the pledge.
Thank you. If you intend to speak, there are forms in the back table. When you complete them, please bring them up to our clerk, Jill Moramus, prior to you speaking, okay? Thank you. Let the record reflect that all school board members, school board attorney, superintendent, and clerk are in attendance this evening. Ms. Moramus, do you have any forms for acknowledgement? Thank you. Superintendent, any agenda modifications?
Is marked on our electronic agenda by a green flag named addendum item.
Thank you. Board members, any agenda modifications? Member Kraus?
No modifications, thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Pennock?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Member Calderon?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Member Sanchez?
No modifications, thank you.
Thank you. I have no modifications, but in lieu of the fact that we have a lot of speakers, I'm going to ask prior to public comment that if you all have anything you want to discuss, I'll give you that opportunity. Not committee reports. That'll be later in the agenda. Okay? Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda outline?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Superintendent, presentations, recognition?
Please join me in front. Where's the mic, John? Right here? It's a funny mic. All right. Good evening, everybody, and good evening, board members. Yesterday was Rick Francis's last day officially in Seminole County. I did not want to let tonight go by without thanking him, and I certainly would tell him I was going to do this because he wouldn't be here. I don't even see him right now. Where is he? Where is he? All right, sure. Okay. See, you have to keep an eye on him. But board members, I know that Captain means as much to you as he does to me and to our entire school family. So Captain, I remember back several years ago, many years ago, meeting with then Sheriff Esslinger and discussing the notion of having a respected member of the Sheriff's Department to guide us through school safety. And at the time, if you remember legislatively, we were really being encouraged to bring a school administrator into that position. But us school administrators are former math teachers and science teachers. We wanted somebody with a police background. And Sheriff Esslinger and I carved out in about an hour what this would look like for the district if we did in fact bring, at the time, Lieutenant Francis to the school board. So we made a decision to use someone from the Sheriff's Department and not a school administrator to create and oversee a program, to create something we didn't have, and to oversee something that was brand new, and we had no models to follow because he was the state leader and the national leader to figure out what we need to do for school safety. I remember the first conversation I had with Captain Francis was he was so proud of this board for always supporting school safety. SRA, S was always right there, and for us long before we had to, putting an SRO in every school. Yes, for safety, but mostly for building relationships from a very young age. Captain Francis has worked diligently to create a model that has earned him, this school district, and the Sheriff's Department local, state, and national recognition. This is the real deal. His work really enhanced our relationship with now Sheriff Lima. Captain Francis standardized safety procedures. He works successfully with all municipalities, and that is no easy task. A lot of different personalities, you all know that. He built a great rapport with my team and participates as part of cabinet just to hear what's going on and to be part of the team. Captain, I don't know, I could go on and on talking about you, but I want to thank you on behalf of everybody for your professionalism, your guidance, your concern for the safety of all employees and all students, but most of all, thank you for your friendship. Captain Francis?
Surprise.
That's all good. Microphone. Oh, cool. Good evening, Ms. Allman, Dr. Griffin, members of the board. It is my absolute pleasure to be here to introduce Ashley Mitchell as the Seminole County Public Schools Veteran of the Month. Private First Class Ashley Mitchell joined the Army in 2007, attending basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, advanced individual training at Fort Lee, Virginia, and later being stationed at Fort Bliss, Texas. Unfortunately, PFC Mitchell had to leave the Army after a career-ending knee injury. Ms. Mitchell relocated to Seminole County, Florida in January 2018, and in February 2018, Ms. Mitchell joined Seminole County Public Schools as a long-term substitute. She then took a position at Millennium Middle School as a social studies teacher for the 2018-2019 school year and hasn't looked back. She was recognized as Teacher of the Month in April 2019. Ms. Mitchell is respected by many students and is willing to go beyond the call of duty to be there for any and all students that she comes in contact with. Congratulations and thank you, Private Ashley Mitchell, for your service to our country and to the students and staff at Millennium Middle School.
Good evening, school board members and Dr. Griffin. I'm here to recognize the Orlando Regional Realtors Association for their generous $10,000 donation to the Foundation for PPE. This donation was used to purchase 3,000 masks for students, as well as 400 desk shields in the classrooms. Thank you to Nita, Candy, and Cliff for this donation.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Dr. Griffin, and other school board members. I'd like to formally introduce Captain Tracy Fortenberry as School Safety Director for Seminole County Public Schools. Tracy grew up in Seminole County, attended Longwood Elementary, Millway Middle, and Lyman High School. I saw Lyman principal somewhere around here. There he is. After high school, he gained employment at Sun Bank, where he worked for 5 years and then joined the Sheriff's Office in October of 1990. Tracy has worked in patrol, community police unit, gang suppression unit, juvenile crime enforcement intervention. He's been a flight officer. He was promoted in 1999 as sergeant to oversee our juvenile crime enforcement intervention. He then transferred to a road patrol sergeant, echo sergeant, then promoted to lieutenant, where he worked at the Altamont Fern Park area. Then as a watch commander, lieutenant in domestic security, lieutenant in our drug unit, and now before this, he was our captain, our juvenile justice division. We worked a lot together. Tracy's married for 31 years, has 3 children that have all gone through our Seminole County Public Schools. Welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Griffin, board members, guests, and our students and parents watching from home. Everybody wave to the live stream.
Where am I waving?
Tonight, we are proud to recognize several of Seminole County's outstanding students who received the National Merit Scholarship and/or the National Hispanic Recognition Scholar and/or the National African American Recognition Scholar, sponsored by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. The National Merit Scholarship Program is an academic competition for recognition and scholarships that began in 1955. These high school students entered the National Merit Program by taking the preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, which serves as an initial screen of approximately 1.6 million entrants each year, and less than 1% earned the status of National Merit semifinalists. Seminole County has 3 National Merit Scholarship finalists, 41 National Merit Scholarship semifinalists, 6 National Hispanic Recognition Scholars, and 7 National African American Recognition Scholars. All of these students are eligible for numerous scholarships awarded by colleges, businesses, and corporations associated with the National Merit Scholarship Program. As a group, they exemplify everything that is right in our public schools. Let me share some impressive stats for you about these students. Their average GPA is 4.543. Yes. It's amazing. Their average SAT score is 1530 out of 1600. One student received a perfect score on the English-based reading and writing and math sections of the SAT. 10 students received a perfect score on the math section of the SAT, and you're going to be amazed when you hear the names of the colleges and universities these students are applying to. Each student tonight will receive an SCPS award certificate, as well as an SCPS National Merit Scholar Medallion and/or the SCPS College Board Recognition Scholar Medallion. These medallions will be awarded to the students later at their schools later on this semester. We're excited to honor these students. And although we're not able to hold a face-to-face meeting or recognition like we normally would due to COVID, the school staff will present their names and accomplishments of each recipient. Congratulations to these students and families. Hopefully, they're watching us now live streaming from home on our YouTube channel. And now, to get started, it is my privilege to bring up the lead panther of Crooms Academy of Information Technology, Dr. Brandon Hanshaw.
All right, good evening, Dr. Griffin, school board members. Thank you so much for having me here today. It is my pleasure to represent Crooms Academy of IT and to recognize 2 amazing students and their exemplary achievements. Up first is David Larson. David plans to major in computer science and attend the University of Central Florida. where he's just recently been accepted to the Burnett Honors College. David is also one of our Associate of Arts Pathway graduates who will earn his Associate of Arts degree concurrently with his high school diploma in May. He is a Bright Futures Florida Academic Scholar and holds 7 different technical certifications that he has earned through Crooms Academy. David enjoys traveling, model rocketry, and has interned recently at the 3D Holo Group. David is also one of the 3 district finalists. Congratulations, David. Up next is Isaac Munchie. Isaac also plans to major in computer science. However, his options for colleges are a little more varied at this point. He has options to attend either Carnegie Mellon, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Georgia Institute of Technology, or of course, the University of Florida. Go Gators. He's received the following awards and recognitions. In addition to being recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Isaac has also placed second place in men's épée at the Sunshine State Games. If you're like me, you had to look that up. That's fencing. He also won first place in engineering at the Seminole County Regional Science and Mathematics Fair and has won the award for engineering excellence for Arteman Engineering and Associates. Isaac enjoys fencing. He is a mathnasium instructor. He has also volunteered 465 hours to our community and in his free time enjoys drums and percussion. Congratulations, Isaac. And now it is my privilege to introduce from Haggerty High School, school counselor Mackenzie Kaplan. Mackenzie.
Good evening. Haggerty is excited to represent or to present the 11 students that are being recognized by National Merit. We're going to start with Andrew Alonzo. He has a 4.534 GPA. He is hoping to major in aerospace engineering, and he's applying to the University of Florida, University of Central Florida, Georgia Institute of Technology, and I'm sure he will get into many of those colleges. He's received the following awards: National Merit Scholarship semifinalist and National Hispanic Recognition Scholar, National AP Scholar with distinction. He's also an Eagle Scout. He enjoys varsity soccer, modeling, and simulation club. Our next National Merit Scholarship semifinalist is Eileen Ann. She has a 4.648 GPA. She's applied to the University of Florida, Florida State University, and the University of South Florida. She has been recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, National AP Scholar with distinction, and has earned various yearbook awards. She's enjoyed participating in the Haggerty High School yearbook class and club, and the Asian Culture Club. Charles Ellis, he has a 4.529 GPA. He's not sure what he's going to major in, but he's considering engineering and agricultural science. He's applied to the University of Central Florida, University of Florida, and Auburn University. He has been recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Haggerty High School Student of the Month in December 2020, Haggerty High School All-Academic Team, and that means he's an athlete that's displaying academic achievement. He enjoys the Haggerty High School tennis team. He's a tennis coach for the youth. He enjoys school trivia competitions, church youth group, and has extensive community service. Alex has a 4.648 GPA, plans to major in computer science, and has applied to the University of Florida, Carnegie Mellon University, University of Pennsylvania, Stanford University, and the Georgia Institute of Technology. He's been recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, a Presidential Scholar candidate, first Dean's semifinalist, and he enjoys robotics and tennis. Aaron Gill, He has a 4.517 GPA, plans to major in computer science, and has applied to the University of Central Florida, University of Florida, North Carolina State University, and the Georgia Institute of Technology. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, and he's also the president of Hagerty High School's Computer Programming Club. He enjoys reading, biking, programming video games. It's pretty cool. Shreya Raman, she has a 4.52 GPA, and she's planning to major in environmental science or environmental engineering. She has applied to Johns Hopkins University, Wake Forest University, Davidson College, University of Florida, University of Miami, Florida State University, Emory University, Dartmouth College, Northeastern University, Washington University, and the Georgia Institute of Technology. She's been recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, has been awarded the Bronze Award for National French Exam twice, and is involved in the New Jersey Science League at the chemistry team, and that was ranked ninth statewide and won the team plaque. She enjoys singing South Indian classical music, tutoring math for nonprofit, being a part of the Hagerty High School Cultural Appreciation Club, and volunteering for Earth Guardians organization. Sagar Shah has a 4.532 GPA, plans to major in biomedical engineering, has applied to the Georgia Institute of Technology, the University of Central Florida, University of Florida, University of Miami, and the University of Pennsylvania. He's received the following awards: National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He's won first place in the National Center for Simulation Student Day, Model UN Best Delegate, and also Model UN Position Paper. He enjoys Modeling and Simulation Club, Model United Nations, and the academic team. Alexander Tao has a 4.742 GPA, has applied to the University of Pennsylvania, Princeton University, the University of Florida, Brown University, Dartmouth College, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Duke University, Vanderbilt University, Yale University, Cornell, Columbia, and the Georgia Institute of Technology. He's received the following awards and recognitions: National Merit Scholarship Scholar. He is the class of 2021 valedictorian, first place at the Inspire Award, 2019 AAHC Scholarship, he won first place, Jefferson Award for Public Service, 2018-19 SCPS Student Dividend of the Year, SCPS Science Fair Engineering, second place, Statistics, Individual 2019 SSC Competition, they won second place, Statistics Team 2019 with Mu Alpha Theta, they won second place, and third place at the Inspire Award. He enjoys chess, trading options, reading, teaching math, and playing tennis. Margaret Taylor, she has a 4.588 GPA and plans to major in journalism and microbiology. She's applied to the University of Florida. She's being recognized by the National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, the Florida Scholastic Press Association, where she's earned runner-up as Emerging Young Journalist, and 3 Best of the Best awards, and all 15 all-award design, photography, and writing awards with her journalism. Columbia Scholastic Press Association, and National AP Scholar. Science Olympiad, she placed in 4 events in 2020. She enjoys being the editor-in-chief of the yearbook, the flute section leader and band, the Science National Honor Society president, the Science Olympiad president, Mu Alpha Theta, National Honor Society, Tri-M Music Honor Society, and also St. Stephen's Catholic Community Volunteer. Alexander Valentin has a 4.492 GPA, and he plans to major in mathematics. He plans to attend the University of Central Florida, the University of Florida, Georgia Institute of Technology, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He is being recognized as a National Merit Scholarship and National African American Scholar. He enjoys band and jazz band, sketching, and drawing. Finally, Michelle Zoe has a 4.64 GPA and plans to major in computer science. She's applied to the University of Florida and is being recognized as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Florida Scholastic Press Association All Florida Awards, yearbook copy, yearbook student life spread, and yearbook academics organization spread. She enjoys yearbook, National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, and National English Honor Society. Hagerty is proud of our students, and we're happy to present these to the board. It is my pleasure to introduce Miss Melissa Kimball, a school counselor at Lake Howell High School. Thank you.
Good evening. Lake Howell is proud to present our scholars. First is Camden Drescher. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. His GPA is 3.6. He intends to major in engineering and/or computer science. He's not sure yet. He's applied to the University of Central Florida, University of Florida, and Georgia Tech, and he's awaiting responses. Camden has earned the rank of Eagle Scout within the Boy Scout organization, and only 8% of participants within the organization in 2019 earned that honor. He still continues to mentor and teach new scouts. For Lake Howell, he plays lacrosse, and he has been on our varsity bowling team every year, and they placed 6th in the state in 2018 and 20th in the state in 2019. This year, he qualified as an individual competitor. Camden has volunteered over 175 hours within the community throughout high school. He was one of the top fundraisers for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and he assisted with the annual walk each year from 2013 to 2020. Camden has also constructed an outdoor art area for preschool children with a local church in 2017. His teachers describe him as hardworking and a delight to have in class. Our next student is Adriel Mater, and he is our National Merit finalist, one of the 3 that were mentioned. His GPA is 4.67. He intends to major in physics or a computer science related major. He's applied to UCF and been accepted. He's also applied to Stanford, Carnegie Mellon, and MIT, and is awaiting those responses. Adriel has earned the principal's honor roll every year of high school. He's an active member of Mu Alpha Theta and our Physics and Robotics Club. Additionally, Adriel volunteers at the Seminole County Library. His teachers describe him as respectful and funny, and they always enjoy having him in class for the lively contributions he makes to discussions. Our third student is Juliana Olmeda, and she's our National Hispanic Recognition Scholar. Juliana's GPA is 4.53. She hasn't decided on a major, but she's leaning toward journalism or communications. She's applied to Florida State University and been accepted, University of South Florida and been accepted, and also applied to University of Florida, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. So she's waiting to hear responses from there before she decides. Juliana has made the principal's honor roll every semester. She will also be one of the first students to graduate from our AA program in business, which was started her freshman year. She will graduate with both her high school diploma and her AA degree this semester. Juliana is a member of our National Honor Society and is an SGA senior class representative. She has volunteered for Club Base Camp and class athlete, the latter which she enjoyed so much she began working there. Her teachers describe her as a lively and affable student who can be both fun and hardworking. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Hennessy, Assistant Principal for Lakeberry High School.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to represent Lake Mary High School and to recognize these wonderful students. First, we have Lily Amir Zadeh. Lily's GPA is 4.69. She's ranked number 3 out of 673 in the class of 2021. She plans to major in mathematics and physics and attend the University of Central Florida. Go Knights. She's received the following awards and recognitions: National Merit Scholar semifinalist, National AP Scholar and Principal's Honor Roll, and she enjoys participating in the National Honor Society. The next student, sorry, we can go back, thank you. The next student is Nicole Back. Nicole has a 4.57 GPA. She plans to major in psychology, biology, or political science. She also plans to attend the University of Central Florida, go Knights, and she's received the National Hispanic Recognition Scholar. She enjoys the following extracurricular activities: drawing, painting, and arts. The next recipient is Kelly Malthrop. She has a 4.75 GPA, which is ranked number 2 out of 673 in the class of 2021. She plans to major in psychology and attend Duke University. She's received the following awards and recognitions through her high school career: National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, National AP Scholar, the Citizenship Award, and Superior Awards at the Spanish State Language Competition. And she enjoys participating in the Spanish Honor Society and basketball. Next, we have Evan Peru-Chu Alu, and he has a 4.4 GPA. He plans to major in nuclear engineering and attend the University of Central Florida, go Knights. He's received the following awards and recognitions: National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, National Honor Society officer, and National AP Scholar. And he enjoys participating in National Honor Society, Brain Bowl, and golf. And finally, we have David Regali, and he has a 4.54 GPA. He plans to major in computer science or electrical engineering, and he also plans to attend the University of Central Florida. He's received the following accolades and awards: National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, Rookie Counselor of the Year for 2020, and from the YMCA, the American Choral Directors Associate, the ACDA Honors Course, the National AP Scholar, and the National Honor Society, and he enjoys participating in the National Honor Society course, marching band, and the Brain Bowl. I'd like to recognize these wonderful students from the Lake Mary High School, go Rams, and now it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Michael Rice from Lyman High School.
Good evening, Dr. Griffin and school board members. At Lyman High School, we are pleased to introduce our individuals who are being recognized here this evening, starting off first with Irfan Amin. Irfan has a 4.278 GPA, and he is ranked 43 out of the 470 in his class. He plans to major in computer science, and he is choosing between Princeton University, Swarthmore College, University of Central Florida, go Knights, and the University of Chicago. He has received awards as the National African American Recognition Scholar. He is a Greyhound Scholar. He's the Florida PTA Reflections Award of Merit, 1920 in literature. He is a Certification of Achievement for climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and a 2017 perfect score on the Grade 8 statewide science assessment. He enjoys Taekwondo, reading, all fiction, he says, and creative writing in the poetry area. So congratulations to Irfan. Next student is Michael Bonzi, and Michael has a 4.576 GPA. He's ranked 9th in his class, and he's not decided what major he's going to do yet, but he is choosing from the Georgia Institute of Technology, the University of Michigan, or the University of Florida, and I could say go Gators too. He is a National African American Recognition Scholar as well. He's a Greyhound Scholar, a varsity letterman in track and field, and as I mentioned, he enjoys extracurricular activities of track and field. So Michael Bonzi. Next student is Clifton Gorenflow. He has a 3.960 GPA, ranked 88th, and he plans to major in aeronautical engineering. He is planning to attend either the University of Central Florida, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical School of Engineering, or the Florida Institute of Technology. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist and also a Greyhound Scholar. He is a band student in the marching band and concert bands. He is a member of the National Honor Society and on the teen team at the Central Florida Zoo. Clifton Gorenflow. Next student is Albertina Prifty, and Albertina has a 4.518 GPA, is ranked 18th out of 470 and is planning to major in sociology, either at Temple University or Boston University. Albertina is a National Merit Scholarship finalist and is a National AP Scholar with distinction, along with being a Greyhound Scholar. She enjoys painting, being in the band program, and playing the guitar. So Albertina 50. Our next Greyhound tonight is Thomas Robertson. Thomas has a 4.526 GPA and is ranked 15th in his class. He plans to major in aerospace engineering and attend either, he's still choosing, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Texas A&M University, the University of Florida, and the University of Central Florida. I got a whoop over here. Yeah. He has received the following awards as the National Merit Scholarship finalist. He is a Greyhound Scholar, an Eagle Scout, and a National AP Scholar, and is one of our students who participates in the NASA Student Astronaut Challenge and has won first place as a student. He enjoys playing tennis. He's a varsity letterman. He's a member of the National Honor Society, the Lyman Band Program, the Lyman History Club, and is a scout with the Boy Scouts of America. Congratulations to Thomas Robertson. And our last student here this evening from Lyman High School, listen to this GPA from Drew Shaw, GPA of a 4.732, and he is our valedictorian, ranked first in his class. Planning to major in computer science, but has not quite decided on a college at this time. He will be, or it has been named as a National Merit Scholarship finalist, and he is in the SECME, where he has earned the first place regional in the water rocket, and is a national finalist as well, and then a second place in the glider competition. He's a National AP Scholar, a Greyhound Scholar. He enjoys SECME, as I mentioned, and is in the National Honor Society and Science Honor Society. He also is part of the academic team, Coding for Charity, and an officer in the class of 2021. Congratulations to all Lyman High School Greyhounds. What great achievements for each of these students. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Sarah Riley, counselor at Oviedo High School.
The first student I would like to highlight is Patrick Costello. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.582 and is ranked number 18 out of 610. He plans to major in forestry or conservation at one of the following universities: the University of Central Florida, the University of Florida, the University of North Carolina, or the University of Montana. Patrick is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He has received the Florida Scholastic Press Association All Florida Award for an off-campus news story. He has been on the Principal's Honor Roll every year and is a National AP Scholar with distinction. In his spare time, he likes to read and explore nature. The next student I would like to recognize from Oviedo High School is Carlos Chavez Ramirez. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.66 and is ranked number 9 out of 610 students. He plans to major in molecular biology and mathematics at one of the following universities: the University of Chicago, Harvard, Princeton, or Yale. Carlos is a National Hispanic Recognition Scholar and a National AP Scholar. He was selected as the OHS Student of the Week 6 times. He is an NHS and the French Honor Society. He is a Science Olympiad. He was top 10 in the region and received the Brain Bowl Coaches Award. He was in the SCPS math competition and the World Language Festival, where he scored the highest possible score in French. In his spare time, he likes to participate in varsity, cross country, and track. He is the president of Mu Alpha Theta, Beta Club, and the Pre-Med Club. He enjoys playing chess and running. He is a part of Coursera's Global Translators community and has translated 50,000 words, and he speaks English, Spanish, and French. The next student for OHS is Bradford Geiger. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.491 and is ranked number 40 out of 610. He plans to major in computer science at the University of Central Florida. Bradford is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He has received the Principal's Honor Roll every year. He has received 8 medals for achieving superior rankings in solo and ensemble with various percussion instruments, and he is certified as a Microsoft Technology Associate. In his spare time, he likes biking, playing video games, learning new things, music, and marching band. The next student I would like to recognize is MJ Jandala. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.277 and is ranked 93 out of 610. He plans to major in aeronautical engineering at Embry-Riddle. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, a senior officer in ROTC, a member of the Oviedo Youth Advisory Council. He has received NJROTC's Academic and Distinguished Cadet Award. He placed individually in the top 3 of NJROTC competitions through the district and is the NJROTC Academic Team Commander. The 5th student from Oviedo High School I would like to highlight is Ishan Ramesh. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.696 and is ranked 3 out of 610, with 2 students tying for number 1. He plans to major in linguistics and computer science, and his dream school is Yale. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, a member of the OHS Experimental Science Research Program. He founded Oviedo High School's competitive programming team his freshman year. He is a National AP Scholar. He has been Student of the Week 6 times, and he will receive the French Seal of Biliteracy. In his spare time, he likes studying languages, and he knows Japanese, French, and Kannada. He is currently learning German and Hindi. He likes to study formal grammar and computational approaches to semantics. He's a proficient programmer in 5 languages and is passionate about digital privacy and free, as in freedom, open source software. He translates manga, writes poetry, and plays chess. The next student for Oviedo High School is Justin Rockaway. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.642 and is ranked 8 out of 610. He is undecided about his major, but is thinking mathematics or pre-law. He plans to attend MIT or the University of Chicago. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist and a National Hispanic Recognition Scholar. He has been the Seminole County Scholar Athlete of the Year and is in the top 10 for the 2021 graduating class of OHS. In his spare time, he participates in the Model UN, the Math Honor Society, and is a member of the 3-time state championship varsity swim and dive team. The next Oviedo High School student is Aiden Rotondo. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.614 and is ranked 17 out of 610. He plans to major in microbiology, immunology, infectious disease, and pathology, and plans to attend either the University of Florida, the University of Central Florida, or the University of Miami. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist in the National Social Studies Honor Society. He is a National AP Scholar with distinction, and he was the 2020 Florida American Legion Boys State Delegate. In his spare time, he is in the pre-med club, the Brain Bowl team, enjoys Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and is a member of the OHS marching band and is also an Eagle Scout. The 8th student to highlight is Genevieve Torney. She has a cumulative GPA of 4.356 and is ranked 67 out of 610. She plans to major in biomedical science at one of the following universities: Yale, Princeton, the University of Florida, MIT, Stanford, the California Institute of Technology, or the University of South Florida. She is a National African American Recognition Scholar, a finalist in the Questbridge College Match Program, a recipient of the USF Director Scholarship worth $16,000, and a recipient of the Judy Genshaft Honors College $2,000 Scholarship, and also a recipient of the College Board's $1,000 Opportunity Scholarship. She has passed both base knowledge and practical exams. She is an AP Scholar with distinction, and she is the first ambassador for the STEM program with the Girl Scouts. In her spare time, she likes to play cello. She is the lacrosse goalie for OHS. She enjoys playing basketball, soccer, tennis, and Broadway musicals. The next Oviedo High School student is Jonathan White. He has a cumulative GPA of 4.796 and is ranked number 1 out of 610 students, along with his twin sister. Our code number 1s. He plans to major in economics and computer science at the University of Florida, Harvard, or MIT. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, ranked number 1 in the class of 2021. He is in the Math Honor Society. He received the Science, English, and Math Award in 9th and 10th grade. He was in the top 10 of the Seminole County High School Math Competition and is a National AP Scholar. In his spare time, he plays varsity golf for Oviedo High School. I would like to introduce and call up to the podium Dr. Jordan Rodriguez, the principal of Seminole High School.
Hey everybody, I've got 17 of these bad boys, so let's get after it. Leading off, Stephanie Akakaboda, the AAA experience. She is a concert pianist, played Carnegie Hall. She is an elite swimmer. She was nationally ranked, is nationally ranked, and she is rocking a 4.672 GPA and is heading to Cal Berkeley to swim competitively. All right. Next up, Skylar Blinn, 4.629. She intends to head to UNC Chapel Hill, Mercer, Clemson, or the University of Central Florida. Go Knights. National Merit Scholarship finalist, and recently designed a new logo for our Air Force ROTC at Seminole High School, and also put together marketing material for the Health Academy. So thank you, Skylar Blinn. Next up, Neil Chohan, 4.669 GPA. He wants to study immunology at either the University of Florida, UCLA, or University of Cal San Diego. He's a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He is a two-time state winner for BPA. That's your Business Professionals of America. And pardon me, International Humanitarian Law Advocate through the Red Cross. That is not too shabby. Up next, Rohan Cherivirala. He has a 4.855, which ranks him 4th in his class. He intends to go to Stanford, where he's been accepted early, MIT, Carnegie Mellon, or Cal Berkeley, where he will not swim against Stephanie Akakaboda. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, a 3-time National AP Scholar with distinction. Great job, Rohan. Up next, Lydia Chung, 4.767, putting her at number 9 in the class of 869 glorious Seminoles. She intends to major in computer science. She has been accepted to USF, could attend University of Florida, MIT, or Florida State. We won't say which college doesn't fit in that group. Just kidding, Florida State fans. My God. Jokes. She is also a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. She is a part of the programming team, the debate club, Mu Alpha Theta, Model UN, and the Illuminati academic team. Whew. Up next, Michael Ivanov, 4.717, ranking him 17th. He intends to study biomedical sciences. He has been accepted to UCF and is also considering UF. National Merit Scholarship semifinalists. He also runs cross country. Up next, my man Divij Langkalapalli, 4.833, ranking him 6th out of his 869 peers. Intends to study mechanical engineering at either MIT, where he's accepted early action, Stanford, Cal Berkeley, or Georgia Tech. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He's also a part of the competition math club. He is the president of the Florida Association of Mu Alpha Theta. Up next, Hugo Martinez with a 4.653. He intends to study aerospace engineering at the University of Edinburgh, where he's been accepted, MIT, the Imperial College of London, or the California Institute of Technology. He is a National Hispanic Recognition Scholar, and he has earned 2 superiors at the World Language Fair. All right, up next, Jay Nibanapudi, ranked 5th out of 869 with a 4.842 GPA, intends to study bioengineering or business, or both, at either MIT, Harvard, Columbia, or Stanford. National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He is president of the debate club, president of the peer reading group, Speeding to Read, and he is a member of BPA, also competes in varsity golf. All right, up next, Naga Nimathoda, He is currently holding down a 4.602 GPA, intends to study bio and then go to med school at either Nova Southeastern, where he's been accepted, University of Central Florida, where he's been accepted, Florida Atlantic, where he's been accepted, and University of Florida. He has been named as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist and enjoys Taekwondo. Up next, Michael Olagbian, currently holding down a 4.429 GPA, intends to study biomedical engineering and then off to med school. That is very impressive. He has been accepted to UCF, USF, interested in UF, also Florida State University. He has also received the National African American Recognition Scholarship nomination, Vice President of the school chapter of HOSA, which is an organization that focuses on future healthcare professionals, and he's a member of NHS. Up next, Matthew Ruiz, holding down a 4.69 GPA. He intends to also study biomechanical engineering and then off to medical school. He's been accepted to UCF. Creighton is also considering UF and Florida State. He is a National Hispanic Recognition Scholar, also a member of the varsity soccer team. Up next, Surbi Srikanth, 4.783 GPA, ranking her 14th, intends to study business at either NYU, Boston University, Columbia University, or Northeastern University. She is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. She is a certified international humanitarian law advocate and was on the first place team in the region for website design. Up next, Miss Destiny Ukachukwu with a 4.627 GPA. She has been accepted with a full ride to Vanderbilt. She is a National African American Recognition Scholar, Florida Leaders for Life Fellow, Presidential Scholars nominee, Take Stock in Children Outstanding Star, and has more accomplishments that can fit on one page. Up next, Mamoon Ulhaq, 4.321 GPA. He intends to study aerospace engineering. He has been accepted to UCF, interested in UF, Carnegie Mellon, and Georgia Tech. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist and enjoys the gym, soccer, and working. Up next, Naga Vengara, 4.795 GPA, ranking him 7th in his class, intends to study biology and then medicine at either Johns Hopkins, Duke, Penn, or Washington University in St. Louis. He is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He is in the BPA, where he was a national qualifier. He also has a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Well done, Naga. Up next is Akash Vegasana with a 3.7 GPA. He's got options with college, but is undecided, has not quite figured out what he wants to major in quite yet, but he is a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist, and I am out of breath. Pete Gaffney, you're up. Woo.
All right. Good evening, Dr. Griffin, school board members. On behalf of Winter Springs High School, I'm pleased to acknowledge and celebrate two of our wonderful students tonight. First student we have is Sahej Raja. Sahej has a 4.526 GPA. He is undecided, deciding between University of Florida, go Gators, University of Central Florida, go Knights, New York University, Cornell University. Sahej has done the following. He has represented National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. He's a regional Latin competition first place winner, state Latin competition third place winner, national Latin competition 12th place, brain bowl competition first place, and national Latin exam cum laude. Sahej enjoys being on the Latin team, brain bowl team, bowling team, robotics team, and is part of the Science Honor Society. Congratulations, Sahej. Our next Winter Springs Bear is Prayal Rajal. She has a 4.688 GPA. She plans to major in biology or pre-med. She is planning to attend either the University of Florida, University of Chicago, Rollins College, or University of Massachusetts at Boston. Priel has a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. She's an Oviedo Winter Springs Optimist Club Essay Contest winner, a Girl Scout Silver Award, Spanish State Competition Champion, and Latin State Competition Champion. Priel is currently enjoying lacrosse, which she's a member of our varsity team. She's a member of our Spanish Honor Society. She volunteers at Save a Life Pet Rescue, part of the National Honor Society, and Environmental Activist Club. Congratulations to these two wonderful Winter Springs Bears. On behalf of all of the students recognized today, we thank our school board, we thank Dr. Griffin for having us, these outstanding students. So thank you for having this recognition tonight, and good night.
Dr. Griffin, before we close, I do want to recognize a few people. I want to thank all of our wonderful teachers and our guidance counselors, some of who are here tonight, for working with these students, putting time in. And also our accountability and assessment department led by Kelly Thompson, who put this together. And of course, the queen of National Merit, stand up, Ms. Daphne Zonka. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gadra. In case anybody came in late, if you have a speaker form completed, please bring it up to our clerk now so we can be prepared when that time comes. Board members, before we move on to public comment, do any of you have anything you'd like to discuss? Member Calderon?
You can barely see me down here.
I know.
Well, I think we need to get all these students autographs now, because I am sure some of them will cure cancer or have space travel go a whole lot faster than it goes now or something else. But bravo to our entire team and their families. I actually had a comment that I was going to share under board member comments, but it might be more apropos for me to share now, if that's okay with you, Madam Chair. The board's vote on our next superintendent is something I have reflected on a lot since our last board meeting. Not only our vote, but the board meetings before the vote, when there was discussions about whether we should have used a consultant, if the process was too fast or the process was too slow, and then the vote was upon us. We all came prepared with our remarks, but there was no substantive discussion, no dialogue about each of our opinions. The Sunshine Law, of course, prevented us from speaking freely with each other, or for that matter, speaking with each other at all outside of a public meeting. I'm concerned about our 3-2 vote lacked context. Our votes were perhaps cast without the kind of back and forth that leads to sound decisions. Might I have voted differently after a dialogue between fellow board members? I may well have. Might another member have been persuaded to vote one way or the other after robust dialogue? I've done a lot of listening since the last board meeting. We always say our district works because we are a family that locks its arms together, board members, teachers, staff, and community. It's the entire village that helps our students achieve at such high levels. So I believe we have to take a look at our vote, and I think the best way to do that is to rescind our vote and enter into open dialogue to ensure we do the best thing for our district, our students, and our community. Mr. Johnson, is this possible, and if so, how could we do that?
Yes, ma'am, Dr. Calderon. If the intent is to rescind the vote, then that would be the appropriate, to the extent you want to make a motion to rescind. Since we have a full board here, I think, it would be a simple majority would pass the motion.
Well, Madam Chair, if I could, then I would like to move to rescind our vote from the last school board meeting.
Okay. Is there a motion?
That was my motion.
Okay, excuse me, new territory here. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Member Sanchez, were you raising your hand?
No, my mic wasn't working.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, then I would ask that Ms. Murray, do a roll call vote.
Are we to vote now?
Madam Chair, Since this is an off-agenda item and we haven't had public comment yet, I think it'd be appropriate to allow for
I
public comment
apologize.
before
Thank
there's
you.
action taken.
Okay. Do you have any public comment that you need to read?
I received one public comment via email prior to the call to order, and then we received, I believe, maybe 7 or 8 comments from the room here.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Pinnock, please read the statement.
The public input segment of the meeting is provided for the purpose of permitting persons to present specific matters to the board for its consideration and action or referral to the superintendent and his staff. The public input segment of this meeting is not open to presentation of campaign issues by political candidates, matters involving student disciplinary actions, pending employee disciplinary matters, or pending litigation. Each individual member of the public is limited to 3 minutes. A designated group representative may have up to 6 minutes.
Thank you. The first speaker, Dr. Anne Marie Cody, and you are representing a group, so you have 6 minutes. Second speaker will be Marjorie Murray, and the third will be Dr. Barbara Kirby-Bentley.
Good evening, Chair Allman, school board members, Dr. Griffin. My name is Anna Marie Cody, 1412 Langham Terrace, Lake Mary. In addition to sharing my personal comments, I am speaking on behalf of staff members who have shared comments with me. Although I have addressed the board numerous times as an employee, this is the first time I am addressing the board as a citizen. It is important that I share my school district experience so that others who do not know me as well as each of you do understand that my comments are based on firsthand knowledge and experiences. Our hope is that you will reflect on what is being shared. I retired from Seminole County Public Schools on January 22nd, 2021, after 30 years as a teacher, administrator, and for the past 15 years, Deputy Superintendent of Instructional Excellence and Equity. I am one of the only employees who has worked directly with Superintendents Haggerty, Vogel, and Griffin. I understand what it takes to be Superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools. I have attended or watched every board meeting and attended the 3 superintendent search committee meetings composed of your representatives. The committee voted 21 of 21 to move Ms. Beeman forward and 13 of 21 to move Mr. Farnsworth forward. I attended the general board interviews with both candidates and am troubled by the Guardian program and fund balance statements. I also attended the February 9th school board meeting and heard board members confirm, as some had done on January 19th, that both finalists can and will be superintendents. Graduation data is a key metric, and this board asks for numbers alongside percentages. All of the Bradford County public schools have fewer students than Seminole High School. The Florida DOE website indicates that during 2012-16, Bradford High School, the only high school in the county, increased their graduation rate, and I rounded up, from 68 to 84%. And that's a reason for celebration, and graduated as many as 169 students annually. A comparable school, Seminole County's Crooms AOIT, had a graduation rate of 97 to 100%, and as many as 147 annual graduates. During that time, SCPS annually graduated over 4,300 students with an 88% graduation rate. Bradford County did not have enough students for an English language learner subgroup on some of the DOE reports. The number of students in subgroup populations matter, and scaling to a much larger number of students presents a myriad of challenges. Superintendent position applicants were instructed to provide only 3 letters of reference. I provided a letter for Ms. Sarita Beeman, as did Marie Sneed, a nationally recognized educational attorney who worked with SCPS on unitary status, and Mr. Ron Nathan, a former SCPS teacher, principal, and community leader. Board members discussed the other candidates' references and even outreach to some not listed as a reference. No school board member contacted me, nor did they contact Marie Sneed or Mr. Nathan. to ask why we recommended Ms. Beeman. In full transparency, on January 27th, I contacted Dr. Calderon, my district representative. We discussed personal topics, Ms. Beeman's skills and readiness levels, and the need for stability due to the number of retirements simultaneously occurring with Dr. Griffin's retirement. I shared my concerns related to Bradford County's state rankings and math performance and Lake County's teacher retention struggles, advanced placement offerings, and STEM rankings. Had anyone asked me, I would have shared specific examples of Ms. Beeman's instructional knowledge. Ms. Beeman participated in cabinet meetings for many, many years, prepared from not only a legal perspective, but from an instructional mindset as well. For example, when we worked on third grade retention and good cause procedures, she asked to read every passage herself and then asked about how these passages were selected and scored. When reviewing student achievement data, she asked specific questions about math performance, researched other districts in and outside of Florida, and shared her thoughts on strategies, fidelity, and monitoring for effect. She visits classrooms and participates in student forums. She listens, learns deeply and quickly, and accurately assesses what needs to be done to sustain our culture. The future of education is still an unknown, and due to Ms. Beeman being a former student, current parent, and 16-year employee, she is poised to bring Seminole County Public Schools through unprecedented challenges and the evolution of new educational models. Ms. Beeman is an educator, relationship builder, member of our family, and a leader. No, she does not and cannot replace Dr. Griffin, and nor should the board seek that goal. Among staff, there are concerns for the commitments that have made us who we are as a district. Robust choice programs that include transportation, quality magnet schools and programs of emphasis, and the gifted and advanced opportunity initiatives that have benefited thousands of students. Staff have asked questions about about the loyalty, the value of loyalty in our district, and whether there is a subliminal message that the board is shifting away from the excellence and equity work that has done. My colleagues and I trusted the board to model what we have asked our school and district leaders to do, to respect those who have given their lives to promote equity and diversity for all students and staff.
Dr. Cody, are you close to the end?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. To walk the talk. I am deeply concerned about the message that was sent to our Seminole County Public Schools students, employees, and to our community regarding the board's understanding of and commitments to equity and excellence. Thank you.
Thank you. Marjorie Murray.
Marjorie Murray, 919 Willow Run Lane, Winter Springs. In my 51 years in education, I have worked with all 67 Florida school districts, both as a state and local administrator. Soon after joining Seminole 24 years ago, I realized we are unique, a large school district with the inner workings of a small one, collegial, collaborative, and focused on what is best for children and families. Seminole is high performing, not by chance, but because of laser-focused work. Perfect? No, but always willing to reverse the decision, no matter how tough it may be, if it results in the best decision. I've seen this board work through many difficult issues, and you recognize your duty as a nonpartisan board, not letting politics cloud your judgment. You willingly listen to students, parents, members of the community, and staff who parade to this microphone and share their thoughts totally without retaliation or retribution. You worked hard, together with many people in this room who you respect, to attain unitary status and develop the post-unitary plan. You prove every day by your policy decisions that you are committed to that plan. There were tears in your eyes during the virtual calls this summer in July with our young men of excellence. You heard their experiences and felt their pain after the George Floyd incident. You monitor decisions pertaining to hiring staff to ensure the decisions reflect the diversity that we are so blessed so blessed to have in our community. And I have seen you, for lack of a better term, admonish administrators who are not recognizing that as a priority. You had a very difficult decision to make regarding Dr. Griffin's successor. 2 weeks ago, you said, we have 2 candidates who will make excellent superintendents. Well, one of those 2 candidates, Sarita Beeman, has a doctorate, which the job description states is preferred, was born and raised in Seminole, spent 16 years here as an administrator, is not only your school board attorney, but a valuable member of cabinet where decisions are made in operational and instructional areas. And she meets your equity goal. Yes, she personifies excellence. I painfully witnessed you send a message with your vote to every elementary, middle, and high school student, to every talented young leader, teacher, and administrator in this district. After your vote, I turned to my left and saw a group of aspiring young leaders and their sad, disappointed, and disillusioned faces. Obvious the message you sent them. We are not willing to walk our talk. Please model what you challenged 250 administrators multiple times this summer to do, and that is to hold yourselves accountable for what is at the heart and core of our beliefs: excellence, and with a capital E, equity. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Barbara Kirby Bentley, then Pamela James, followed by Philip Capro.
Good evening, Dr. Griffin, board members. I just want to speak. The other 2 presenters basically said a lot of what I had written, but I just want to share that I sat here 2 weeks ago and I was so disappointed because I feel that we are better than what I saw in the meeting on February 9th. I sat there and I listened to you talk about how the 2 candidates were aligned in their skills. I don't see how you could say that with the person in the first place district who has worked for 16 years, who has observed all of the excellence that you have promoted and supported through those 16 years, to say that that person aligns with the person who is on the bottom of 67 counties. I didn't understand that. I was heartbroken. I have been in this district for 52 years. I have seen good and bad, and I've seen the worst and the best of what we have to offer. And I know that you as board members are better than what you presented. You tell us to work hard, and that hard work pays off. We tell our children that every day. If you work hard, good things will come to you. Sarita Beeman has worked hard for the position to apply and to be the appointee for the superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools. You're talking about 67 students versus 4,000 possible students in the area that we're looking at with the other gentleman. There's no comparison. To me, the message that you sent 2 weeks ago was that mediocre is okay. And I don't think we've worked this hard all these years to be number 1 in the state of Florida, to choose to be on the bottom of the run, because I see it as don't work as hard anymore. Teachers don't need to work. They don't need to worry about whether their students are climbing, as we saw tonight with all of the high school students and what they have accomplished. That came from teachers' hard work, their dedication, their commitment to education. So if we're committed to education, how can we not put what I feel is the best candidate in the position of running this district? She has seen the in and out of everything that could possibly happen. But not only that, she brings the legal mind with all of that so that she can offset some things before they ever hit. Because she knows the legal terms. She knows the legal knowledge. She knows, as Mr. Johnson here who said, you need to do this before you can go to the next step. That's important, because if not, we're going to make a lot of mistakes. I respect each and every one of you. But last week I was so angry. I was angry. I wasn't just upset. I was angry. The very next day, I sent Mr. Griffin, I fired him a note expressing how I felt about the decision that had been made. If there is any way in your power to rescind, as you have recommended, your decision, then I think this is the time. The time is now. We have worked hard to be in a leadership role. We don't need to step back and wait for someone else. We know how to do the business of education.
Please wrap
Give
up.
us the opportunity to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Pamela James, and I came from this Southwest Florida to this district in 2007. And when I think about Seminole County, I think about the word education. Educator is a very important word to me. The definition of an educator is someone who provides instruction, education, a teacher. It does not specify the setting or the audience. In our PK-12 school setting, is there one set of educators who are more important than others? Are English teachers the top of the totem pole? Do elementary school teachers get the top spot? I think if asked, most would say it does not matter the level or subject you teach. It is the act of teaching that makes someone an educator. It was decided that Sarita Beeman is not an educator. This is the reason why she was deemed not qualified to lead this district. I beg to differ. Ms. Beeman is an educator. She is one who has provided instruction and taught the school board of Seminole County for 16 years as a trusted advisor who has exhibited knowledge and integrity. Ms. Beeman taught the educational leaders of this district, providing them with support, the most difficult decisions educators could ever face. Ms. Beeman is an educator because she understands how schools work. I came to this district with 30 years of experience. I retired in 2013. I'm very proud of Seminole County Public Schools. I was not proud of the 3-2 decision. The outcome was a 3-2 vote against vision in the midst of a pandemic. It was stated that being an educator is of the utmost importance, yet only one of our school board members is an educator. Does standing in a classroom make you an educator, or is it the time and effort you spend supporting the process of educating others? Without vision, the people will perish. Who better understands than the very person who has seen it all, the way things can go wrong and how things can be made right for teachers, administrators, and most of all, students. Do we need a teacher or do we need a visionary that understands the expertise each stakeholder brings to the table and how they work together in a system as content experts to advance the mission of the district? We have all celebrated the 94.5 graduation rate and years of high school achievement scores. However, there is another story in this district. There are students that have been held back due to the persistent gap in achievement and the history of inequitable practices that in recent years have been rolled back due to fervent efforts of leaders in this county. Leaders guided by the legal expertise of Sarita Beeman. We will not be able to make the continued stride as a district without remembering this work. And worse yet, we could end up undoing the efforts made thus far. If what we needed was a teacher, we have plenty of highly effective ones in this district. However, if memory serves me, the job search was for a superintendent. I say no more. Thank you.
Thank you. Philip Capro, Davian Hampton, Bloman Oliver, and Velma Williams, and those are the only forms I have.
Good evening, school board members. I think what I'm about to tell you is probably going to be very unpopular. I grew up in the Seminole County school system. I looked up to my teachers, and the teachers looked up to their administrators, and the administrators looked up to the district leadership. You all were elected not to make the easy decisions, and I've told you this before. You were elected to make the hard decisions. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't here. I was listening as you all made a decision. And it was a 3-2, which is not a bad thing. If every decision is 5-0, right? If everybody wants the exact same flavor, Baskin & Robbins goes out of business, right? We have to have different opinions. That doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. You make the best decisions with the information you have. What is dangerous is second-guessing those decisions and moving backwards. You all made the best decisions that you had available to you at that time. I didn't know much about either of these two individuals. I do know a lot about practicing law because it's what I've done for 20 years. And in that practice, I represented a lot of banks, but I don't go out and lend money to people. I've represented a lot of doctors, but I don't go perform surgery. Even though I understand conceptually how they work, that's not my field. If your decision was made because you had somebody that had experience in a job versus somebody who watched the experience in the job, maybe that was your basis. I don't know. I can't tell you if the decision was right or wrong, but there's something you all have to understand. Nobody in this room can tell you if the decision was right or wrong because nobody here has a crystal ball. A decision was made, it was made 3-2. We'll find out in time whether the decision was good or not good. If the decision was good, you'll be hailed heroes. If it was not good, that's why they have elections. And lest anybody think that I have no skin in the game, I have 2 children in this school district. And all of you know I'm not shy about speaking up. I urge you all, with all due respect, I can tell emotions are high. This decision should not be about emotion. You didn't make an emotional decision 2 weeks ago. You made a decision based on whatever facts you had. Facts haven't changed, neither should you. Thank you.
Good evening, school board members. I am a resident and concerned parent of students in Seminole County Public School System. I was fortunate to be a product of Seminole County Public School System, which laid the foundation for me as an electrician for NASA and now a local business owner. I now have children, 7, in the Seminole County Public Schools. We take pride in the school district, especially because of its emphasis on educational excellence. We have often pondered about relocating, but we put great stock into the quality of education that Seminole County Public Schools provide for my children. When I heard the news that Dr. Griffin was retiring, I must admit that I was concerned about who would carry the torch of educational excellence and equity for all students. However, after researching the possible candidates, I believe, as one member stated, that we should keep a steady hand on the wheel, and it was Sarita Beeman, was the most qualified candidate. She served the community and district for 16 years as an attorney for the school board. She's a product of Seminole County school system and one candidate who not only understands the district history, but who also was instrumental in making history by leading the charge for Seminole County Educational School to achieve unitary status. However, on February 9, 2021, the members of Seminole County Public School Board voted 3-2 in favor of Mr. Chad Farnsworth. I must admit that I was disheartened. It disheartened me to hear the comments that Mr. Farnsworth was more qualified due to Ms. Beeman's lack of educational experience. Although Ms. Beeman may not have taught in a traditional classroom setting, she has educated our school district with legal advice and has provided effective representation on all legal matters. In doing so, she ensures that this district fulfills its commitment to educational excellence and equity. During the school board meeting, one of the members stated Mr. Farnsworth's previous experience as superintendent. As I researched Mr. Farnsworth's experience, I was concerned about the size of the districts, the district that he supervised, and lack of true growth and gains made under his leadership. In closer review of the data from DOE, the schools in Bradford County made very little achievement gains across the board, maintaining a district grade of a C for 4 years, and even having an F school. Also, one member spoke about innovation, enrichment, and creativity. But these particular qualities were not evident in the schools under Mr. Farnsworth's leadership. Furthermore, one spoke about the increase in graduation rate of 87% under Mr. Farnsworth's leadership. This particular graduation rate, which is highest which is highest graduation rate, only equates to 149 out of 171 students meeting their graduation requirements over the 4 years of his tenure. In addition, less than 60% of graduating class of Bradford County matriculated to post-secondary educational or technical skill training after high school. In my opinion, Mr. Farnsworth did not impactfully lead this district to a higher performance level, and therefore he was not reelected as superintendent of Bradford County. Mr. Farnsworth's experience only equates to working with 5% of Seminole County's population, whereas Ms. Beeman's work has positively impacted 100% of our population. If Mr. Farnsworth can take a district of 2,700 students to academic excellence, how can we expect Mr. Farnsworth to successfully keep Seminole County Public Schools with the status of academic excellence?
Please
so
wrap
my
up.
question remains, did the board really select a more qualified candidate for superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools? Will the district continue its commitment to educational excellence? Will we continue to fight for equity for all students?
Thank you. Loman Oliver. And then Dr. Williams.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, Ms. Arnold, Co-Chair Ms. Pinnock, and the remaining board. First of all, I'm elated that Ms. Calderon, you rescinded your vote. As a matter of fact, I'm very happy right now because everything I had prepared, I could tear it up. But there are some points I would really like to express because this is such a dynamite district. And I think about Mrs. Beeman, who has a reputable and exemplary legacy with this administration and schools of Seminole County. And I asked myself, why would we want to go somewhere else? Then we understand that Mrs. Beeman is a trained educational attorney. She has worked with the intricate dynamics of state and local best practices, policies, and procedures in providing a range of educational systems and services to all the students in this county. And we all know that as superintendent of schools, this is an invaluable asset to have as they engineer a high achieving school district such as ours here, Seminole County School District. And I'm proud of this district being a part of it at once for 37 years. 14 years retired now, and I didn't want to get off the fish creek. I think about our rank of where we are, fourth. We are fourth. 68,000 students, 72 schools, and we are fourth. That's awesome. Thank you, Dr. Griffin. The best superintendent that we ever have, and I've been up under 3 or 4. Now, we know our culture, our students, our families, and I want to say so does Mrs. Beeman. She has worked with our district for, it's been said over and over and over again, 16 years. Now this means that she has an intimate knowledge of our district's challenges and our strengths. We don't need to go anywhere else. It is constantly purported that diversity is the hallmark of quality service, comprehensive sensitivity, comprehensive knowledge. We understand that this is particularly critical in an economically and culturally diverse educational setting such as ours here at Seminole High.
Please wrap up, Mr. Oliver.
I will do this.
Thank you.
Ms. Arnold, you remember.
I do. I do.
63 nationalities. And we had flags flying all around. I will say this, we don't need to go anywhere else. And I'll say this to you. God reversed decision. So can we.
Thank you. Dr. Williams?
Good evening, Honorable Chairman and other board members. I want to first say that I think you suggested the right thing. But I'm going to pretend that I didn't even hear you say that. So I'm going to still articulate what I want you all to hear. My name is Velma Williams, and I'm representing the Concerned Citizen Committee of Seminole County, which I have co-chaired for many years. Yes, many of us are restless throughout our community. And we are overwhelmed with unadulterated disappointment and are still in a state of profound consternation regarding your superintendent selection decision. I am reminded of the fact that as a member of the Concerned Citizen Committee, along with Mr. Blackshear, who's no longer here, Henry Sweet, who's sitting out here, Willie King, who's no longer here, and Turner Clayton, the former NAACP banquet. We met quite often with the United States Justice Department and the school board pertaining to the 1970 desegregation court order and consent decree, which ended in 2006, resulting in the school board receiving a unitary status designation after 36 years. The Justice Department said, hands off, we're no longer providing oversight. However, our community, the black community, supported the school board's policy plans submitted for unitary status. Remember now, you needed our support to get unitary status. And you, the school board, made a good faith commitment promise, of a continuous improvement in excellence and equity. May I please remind you that your policy that came about as a result of the unitary status policy manual reflects policy number 2131 in reference to excellence and equity, which focuses on a commitment for a diverse workforce, developing more instructional and administrative leadership capacity, and this last one, and also a commitment to diversify in district leadership. It's on page 2, policy 2131. You could have really made a difference in this great moment in time to demonstrate equity and diversity in leadership in our educational system. But you missed a great opportunity. No, we can't be sure we will again have a chance for a well-qualified, highly regarded, and favorable endorsed candidate, Black or Afro-American candidate, which can make history for both women and people of color. And the question that some people still are asking is, how can a qualified applicant receive 100% support from the superintendent, Dr. Griffin, a glowing letter of recommendation for the assistant superintendent, Dr. Cody, and also a glowing letter of recommendation from the attorney Steve out of Washington, who the school board paid and worked with you during the unitary status. Another question, how can an applicant receive 21 yes votes from 21 superintendent search committee members and was the only applicant that received a yes vote from each member. Now, 16 of the 21 members voted for 2 other candidates, applicants, and 13 of the 21 members voted for the other 2 applicants. And Mr. Chad, Mr. Chad Farnsworth was not only got 13, he was in the lower level. You all had, even though you all asked us not to rank them, we weren't ranking them at all. And we did not rank them. But applicant Beeman was the only one that all of the members voted to be in the top 5. So the questions are still being asked. You know? And questions like, how is it that Dr. Griffin received perfect evaluations from the school board, from you all, every year? Okay? Well, why is it that when he recommended this applicant 100%, what happened? Why is it that you decided you were not going to respect his recommendation? I guess they stopped respecting you at this point. Also, Dr. Cody has been highly recommended, highly respected, and you get the lower level. That either.
Please wrap up, Dr. Williams.
How many more minutes?
0.
I know.
We gave you the 6 minutes.
Give me 6 minutes, but just let me say this, just please. I don't know whether you looked at it or not, but superintendents will be leaving. The deputy superintendent will be leaving. Your executive director from human resources will be leaving. Executive director for the high school will be leaving. Your chief technology officer will be leaving. And your board attorney will be leaving. That's 6 or 7 people leaving. So we're really going to be in trouble if you do not rescind everything. And last thing I want to say, last question I want to ask. Okay, what does a Afro-American male or female have to do? What do we have to do in order to be respected and be viewed as people who are intelligent, who got brains, who can think, who can compute, who can be an administrator, who can be a leader? What do we have to do? Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, did I overlook anyone? Thank you. That concludes public comment.
Madam Chair, we had one public comment submitted via email.
Okay, please read it.
Sure. I have one speaker submitted via email. Her name is Katie Vale from Chuliota, and she writes, I just wanted to offer my congratulations to Chad Farnsworth on his new job as the superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools. We have been so impressed with Dr. Griffin's leadership over the years and know that his shoes will be extremely difficult to fill. However, I was extremely pleased to see that the school board realized that choosing a career educator for this important position was paramount. Having as many former educators in positions of authority in SCPS is definitely the key to success. We are looking forward to seeing what this new superintendent has to bring to Seminole County. With thanks, Katie Vale.
Thank you. Now that concludes public input. Member Calderon, would you please restate your recommendation?
I would like us to make a motion to rescind our vote from the last school board meeting on our superintendent.
Ms. Moramis, please do a roll call vote.
Don't we need it seconded again? Or you were just going to go from last time?
You did the motion in
Okay.
a second, so it was just a restate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Member Kraus seconded your motion. Member Calderon. And roll call order for this evening. Member Kraus.
Just so I understand, we're rescinding the vote that we cast on February 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
I vote aye.
Say yes or no.
Yes, is that a yes, no?
Yes.
A yes or no? A
Thank you.
yes, okay. Vice Chairman Pennick.
No.
Member Calderon.
Yes.
Member Sanchez.
No.
Chairman Almond.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-2.
Thank you.
Ms. Maris, I think we're going to have to schedule a special school board meeting. If you could look at everybody's calendar as soon as possible. We have to get it noticed and everything else, but just give us guidance and a date. It'll be a one-topic board meeting, a selection of superintendent.
Okay. Would you like for me to do that now, or do you want me to get back to you later?
Do you have an available date?
Well, for a special school board meeting, the notice would be 2 days, and so that notice would run in the paper this Friday, so the earliest we could do that would be Monday, March 1st.
See if there's a time on Monday that works for the board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Board members, do you want a 5-minute break or do you want to continue? Anyone need a break? Okay, we're going to continue then. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation on the consent agenda?
Is that the consent agenda be approved as presented?
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. No items removed for separate consideration. Dr. Griffin, do you have a recommendation for discipline?
Yes, I do, Madam Chair. My recommendation is that the School Board of Seminole County approve the student disciplinary recommendations from February 1st, 2021.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Superintendent's report?
It is a read-only item, our monthly grants report.
Thank you. Board members, do you have a committee update? Member Kraus?
Thank you. I'll be brief. And the high school principals just left. I was going to thank them for their being put in a difficult position arranging our graduations. UCF wouldn't commit to us to hold the graduations there, so we tasked our principals under the direction of Mike Gaudreau to make alternative plans at the campus, and they've heard from everybody. I will just say that. I want them to know that we support them, and I appreciate their alternative plans, that they're keeping our families safe, because that would be awful to have an event that was a super spreader. I attended the Children's Cabinet meeting, and we had, it's called BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse presentation, which is very informative, and I can share information if any of you would like that. And I also attended with Dr. Calderon, the Daughters of American Revolution recognition of our SCPS students. Thank you very much. I'd like to also thank Dr. Calderon for her deep thought and consideration in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Pennock?
I had no committee meeting, so I have no update.
Thank you. Member Calderon?
I had the SHAC Advisory Committee meeting on February 18th, and unfortunately, as we all know, Stephanie Jackson will be leaving us and moving over to the Department of Health, so that was her last meeting to chair this committee. But I wanted to thank the Department of Health here in Seminole for providing the software Go Noodle that many of our schools are using for our students to get the wiggles out, to get them moving, and when they're doing it online or even in class. So that is keeping our kids healthy, and it's aligned to our standards as well. Just an update that Kid Care, as you know, the insurance that children can do, they were hacked back at the end of last year. So any families trying to apply for Kid Care, they cannot do that. They have to go through the Medicaid portals, which is very laborious. So there's staff that can help any of our families that need to do that. Additionally, as you know, the Sharing Center holds a food pantry at the health department, but they've moved it to Wednesday afternoons now. It used to be a different night of the week, but now it's Wednesdays from 4 to 5:30. And the next tobacco-free Seminole meeting will be March 18th at 10 a.m. online. And if you're interested in attending, you can just contact the County Health Department. I also wanted to very quickly give a shout out to all of our high school principals for being so creative in how they recognized their state athletic teams that won championships since we couldn't have them here. I know we've all been out at the schools to thank personally those student athletes. Also, the Young Men of Excellence chess tournament, we all attended, and it is always great to see them compete each year. And congratulations to all of our Employee of the Year top 5 surprise visits that we got to have at the schools. These people have dedicated their lives to our kids in our district, and we appreciate them more than we could ever let them know. Thank you. That concludes my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Member Sanchez?
First, about the Central Florida Zoo, we had a meeting last week, and Central Florida, or Seminole Boulevard Riverwalk is complete, so it's easier to get there. They're still working on the front entrance, and being the first time serving on this board, and Dr. Calderon being on it for so long, I'm just blown away with what they have done and what they do and how they've been able to rise above everything and be able to maintain all the exhibits and still be able to offer spring camp and summer camp and all the educational programs. And they are finding the money to do it. And of course, their entrance, fees are coming in and everything like that. More and more people are going. They're having a lot of people in there, so I'm super happy for that. If anybody's interested in their children participating in the spring or summer camps, please contact the Central Florida Zoo immediately, as the spots fill up quickly with limited number of spacing. Arts Alive checks are out, and I'll be delivering some more tomorrow. So thank you again to the foundation for everything that you guys have done for our art programs. And we couldn't do it without our fabulous, wonderful arts in our schools and the continuation of that wonderful program that we have. And we also had a fabulous time at the groundbreaking ceremony. I'm sorry, I know this is probably what you're going to want to talk about, so I'll let you talk about it since it's your school. So there, I'll leave it there. Oh, and then Seminole High School's football state championship. That was nice.
Thank you. Mayors and managers mostly talked about the interlocal agreement. They also touched on the opioid lawsuit, and they learned that each of them had been involved in different ways. They hadn't really had a conversation. They talked about money and their abatement plan, so they didn't get into any deeper than that. The groundbreaking at Casper Elementary was fabulous, and I walked by again this morning, and now there's not just the one wall, they've got like the whole outside wall up here, not connected 100%, but it's really coming together very well. What else? Mayor Mueller talked about mobility, transportation fees, library and fire fees, and COVID federal dollars. And so I imagine that the mayors are going to be speaking to one another again, and then we'll probably report back to mayors and managers. Our CFOs, Carrie and Todd, they received a Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting, so congratulations, 20th year in a row, and thank you for taking good care of our dollars so we can put more into the classrooms. Red Apple Dining, Richard Miles received the 2021 FAME Silver Spirit Award for Management Excellence with regard to school nutrition. Kudos to Richard and to the team. That concludes my report. Dr. Griffin, anything else? Board member, Ms. Krause?
I forgot one more, thank you. Sure. Joe Rinaldi has worked tirelessly, and I hope it's okay to announce this, but we finally got the report that Lake Howell High School buildings 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be finally refurbished at some point in the 5-year plan. Dr. Griffin, is that correct?
Yes, the Castaldo report came in this afternoon, and we have permission to we don't have to refurbish, we can tear them down and rebuild them.
Okay.
Now we just have to find the money to do that, but it's a step in the right direction, and we've all waited a long time.
It's been a long process. Thank you, Joe Rinaldi and team. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.